OneCause fundraisers, I'm Dawn Lego, and it's time to buckle up once again for a new episode of Raise Nation Radio, the one and only podcast made to inspire fundraisers like you to continue making impact in our communities, building better tomorrows, and exchanging ideas. So whether you're a trailblazer or a seasoned pro, you'll pick up the trends that transform your fundraising. And together, we'll dive into lively conversations and chat with industry-leading fundraisers and thought leaders to explore hot-button issues and innovative ideas. So stay with us for the next 30 minutes while we inspire you to embrace the future of fundraising. All right, let's get going. I'm super excited to welcome you back to the next episode of Raise Nation Radio. If it's the first time you're joining us, welcome. We are streaming on 10 different podcast channels on demand at OneCause.com. So you can find us just about anywhere and tune in anytime. And today it's a special episode. It's such a pleasure when I get some of my fellow peers on the show and we get to chat about fundraising and helping our customers build to better tomorrows, growing their mission. And a lot of times we're talking about software, but today we're kind of going to go beyond the software because we do recognize here at OneCause that a full service delivery package is just as important as great innovative software. So you're probably wondering what I mean by all that, but I think my colleagues are just going to do a better job to help me explain. So please welcome back to the show, Stacy Engstrom, and new to the show, Brandon Celentano. Stacy and Brandon, welcome to Raise Nation Radio.
Thanks, Dawn. Hi.
Thank you for having us. Great to be here.
Oh, I'm so glad that you're here because we're going to talk about lots of resources and educational materials that we've built in as a service, full service package for our customers. And you two are the best subject matter experts on that topic. So with that said, I'd love to have you both introduce yourselves. Let our audience know what you do here at OneCause. It's very specialized and, just maybe something personal. We're going to do ladies first. Stacy, let's start with you.
Hi. Yes. So I'm a customer education specialist here at OneCause. And I started out about 5.5 years ago, and I really just started working events as an event manager. And then I became a consultant, and then I still worked on site as an event manager. And then a little over a year ago, I think it was, we were asked to join the customer education team. And so that's where we will create content and we lead live trainings and all kinds of really fun stuff.
So whole department just dedicated to customer education.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good. Brandon, let's learn a little bit about you.
So I started in OneCause in January of 2017. I started part-time as an event manager traveling in my local area and around the country doing events. Later that year, I joined the consulting as well as our customer support teams. And then around the same time as Stacy, I was also invited to join the brand new customer education team to put together all the wonderful resources that we're going to be talking about today.
Wow. Super exciting. So, back in October, OneCause announced the OneCause fundraising platform. Innovation, like, I don't even know what to call it. It's innovation times, something out there. It's just amazing how so modern and flexible and forward thinking, truly reimagining events and, donor engagement, seamless giving, seamless for the donors, volunteers, administrators, just such a wonderful product for the future generation of fundraising and anything in between. So it stands to reason that education would need to come with that and to know that we have a department because we believe in that full service delivery package. We have a whole department just dedicated to that is pretty special to me. How long has this OneCause, what is it called? OneCause Education, what is it?
Well, our department is called Customer Education.
Okay.
And what we do is we maintain and we lead trainings within OneCause University. So that's the portal, that's the training portal that you can go in from your software and you can sign up for live trainings, or we have a lot of different self-guided courses also. We also have links to all of the previous webinars that have taken place there too. So you can really take your time and pick and choose what makes sense for you to learn about.
So embedded right, in my understanding is right in the software, there's an obvious place that you can go that's called OneCause University. Is that right?
Yes. So wherever you see the help section, just go to the help section there'll be a banner at the very top that says OneCause University. Just click inside of that, and then you'll just want to choose the learning path that matches the login screen that you see when you log into your event.
Okay. Well, so now there's lots of resources in here, and I'm afraid that our customers or those that might be exploring our software solutions just may not know the full repertoire of services that we have and everything that's available to in OneCause University. Sounds scary. I don't know. Sounds like a 4-year course or something like that. But I think that you guys have really made it easy and hands-on and self-explanatory. So can we maybe dive in with some of the resources that are available? Stacy, do you want to launch one, and maybe Brandon, then you can take another. We can ping pong back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mentioned OneCause University. And I mentioned those live trainings. What I didn't mention, though, is that if you can't attend live, all of those are going to be also available on demand for you. So you get to pick and choose whether or not you want to do the live or just watch it at your own leisure for on demand. But we have other resources, too, outside of OneCause University. And Brandon, I'll let you talk a little bit about those.
Yeah. So in addition to the actual OneCause University, we also have like a help center and knowledge base, which has, I don't even know how many articles, hundreds, maybe thousands, that basically just cover literally everything that you'd ever want to know about the OneCause software. Like I said, these are articles, but we also have like videos, like tutorials, like detailed how-to walkthroughs. Again, like pretty much anything that you want to learn about in the software, you can find on our help center. And if you find that the huge number of resources in the university and on the help center are, for whatever reason, not answering your question, we also have a dedicated customer support team that all of our customers have access to for no additional charge. They're available via phone, email, as well as online chat. And the team is actually, no kidding aside, our team has actually won a variety of awards, like the Stevie Awards and a few others that really recognize OneCause as like one of the best customer support departments in the entire world. Like whenever you reach support, you're always going to get a team of highly knowledgeable specialists who really know what they're talking about, really know how to help you out, and they're dedicated to helping you out with any questions or concerns that you have along your fundraising journey.
Okay, so let's talk about the chat. Is it a chat bot or is it a real live person behind the chat?
It's a real live person behind the chat.
It's a real live person behind the chat.
Whether you call, email, or chat, you're always going to talk to a real live person.
Okay, and support is support@onecause.com, right?
Yep, it's as simple as that.
Okay, I knew I was going to be tested today. I'm so glad that I'm passing so far, except I didn't know what the name of the department was. So very cool. So, and yeah, that is true. We are award winning. I believe the most recent award was from the ICMI awards, which was maybe the best small contact center. I don't know the exact name of the award, but it seems like it's frequent that we have some of our team accepting some type of recognition. So again, I'm super glad that we have, the services. So let me ask you about the hundreds, if not thousands of different types of content. So you said that there's a repertoire, there's articles and blogs and videos and how-tos. So it is a mix of different type of content depending on how you want to learn, because we all learn differently, right? Like I'm a video girl. Show me a video, or an infographic. I'm good. Make me read. That's not so fun for me. So there's a repertoire of different types of content.
Yep, absolutely. I think we've definitely learned that everyone learns in different ways. So we do our best to have content geared towards all different types of learners. Whether you prefer to watch a video, have a guided walkthrough, or just read an article, however you prefer to learn, we've got a resource that's going to help you out.
Good, that's great to hear. And then is it categorized in any way? Is it like a library? Because you mentioned that there's a lot of stuff there. So do you have it in different buckets of how's it all organized?
Yeah, it's definitely all organized. For example, within OneCause University, we do always divide out our catalog based on the different softwares that OneCause has. We have a category for our current mobile bidding software. We have a category for our new fundraising platform. We have one for our peer-to-peer platform. So we do break it up that way so that people know exactly what they're going to get when they go into each catalog. And
can you search is there a search feature so that you can search by different topics?
Yep.
So it has that intelligence, right?
Yep. Yeah, both in OneCause University and on our and in our knowledge base, there is a search feature that exists. So if you're trying to learn something like very particular, you can always search for it, and you'll get a whole bunch of resources come up that match what you want to learn about.
All right, so help me out. What's the difference between OneCause University and the knowledge base, or is the knowledge base just part of the bigger umbrella of OneCause University?
Yeah, so it's so they are two separate entities. So earlier we were talking about creating content for different types of learners. So OneCause University is definitely more of like the webinar and video side of the learning experience. Like if you're the type that prefers to have to go on a live webinar and get questions answered in real time, or someone who prefers to watch video walkthroughs of what you're trying to learn, that's really what the university is all about. Whereas Help Center, there's of course videos and whatnot in there, but that's more kind of like your standard article. You want to learn how to do something, you read an article. That's kind of what the Help Center is geared towards.
Got it. But it's all accessible right in the software. Pretty easy to find.
Yep. It's all accessible right within the software.
Got it. All right. So fundraising platform. I mean, the innovation with fundraising platform is on another planet, right? I mean, I've been here since 2010, so I've seen a lot of innovation and change. I've never seen anything like this. This is just different, special.
It's really exciting. Yeah.
We use words like reimagine events and, before, during, and after, and change the way you fundraise, and donor driven and donor engagement, and I don't know how those words resonate, but, those are good words. The software is just so powerful. Stacy, let's start with you. How in customer education do you tackle supporting a product that is so forward thinking and innovative, and I want to say maybe changing mindset? Not that we're getting, it's not mindset like going from pen and paper to digital, right? That's right. Not the mindset we're talking about. What we're talking about is go bigger, go further, do more, think before, during, and after, right? We're just trying to maximize those opportunities and really deliver exceptional experiences. How do you tackle the education behind that and helping? We've been developing this for years, so we think nothing of it, but it's still new to a lot of people. So how do you tackle that?
Yeah, that's such a good question. So one of the things that I just always keep in mind, and I have actually shared with people, is we're learning this also. So as our product team is releasing new features all of the time, we're learning those too, as they're coming out. And so that's always in the back of my mind is, while I'm learning this, what are these things that are standing out to me? What do I need to keep in mind? What do I need to remind people of? And so we're getting the product released. We're getting all the tips and the tricks, and we're figuring out the best way to learn it. And then that's how we create our learning materials. So we learn it first, and then we pass all that information along to our customers and all of our live trainings and our self-guided courses too.
Okay, well, now I have another question, because the features that are coming out are rapid fire.
They are.
I've never seen, the product looks like, it looks black on Monday and it looks hot pink and purple on Thursday, because it's just fast and furious. So I'm going to ask both of you, maybe Stacy, you go first, and then Brandon, you chime in. How do you keep up with it?
We are keeping up with it just as best we can. So we have our, alerts every time something is coming up or about to be released and then released, and we are just trying to keep up with it as fast as we can. I feel like we're doing a pretty good job. So, but yeah, it's definitely fast paced for sure. But I feel like it's all pretty manageable, especially from the learner's perspective, if you're staying on top of all the updates, especially.
All right, Brandon, what do you have to add to that? How are you keeping up with just how fast this product is innovating?
Yeah, like Stacy said, it could definitely be like a rat race at times, because it's just evolving so quickly, and we're all learning it basically at the same time. I think for us, it just comes down to, I think, just good communication between like us and our product team, the team that's actually building out the software. Like Stacy said, like we do get alerts when stuff is about to be released, when it is released. And we also get the opportunity to like test out and like play around with some of the about to release features like in our own internal demo sites before they get pushed out to customers. So like by the time something does go out to customers, like we've all had a chance to experience it for ourselves. You create the educational content, whether it be webinars, videos, or articles, whatever it may be. And therefore, by the time it is released to the general public, like we know exactly how it works, you're comfortable with it, and we've got the training content pushed out to our customers.
Wow. Do you ever have a chance to connect or engage with some of our customers and get feedback on the training and the education to see, is it what they want? Do they need something different? Is it working? Or how do you gather that feedback or want that feedback?
Yeah, we definitely make feedback a pretty big part of our educational process. Like we definitely want customers to give us their feedback on how they think on like how valuable they thought a particular course or webinar was for them, and to let us know like if they felt that there was something that we should have covered but we didn't, or just anything that they felt was missing. Like we definitely collect that feedback pretty regularly, both from like our live content and like our on-demand self-paced content. Like we definitely want customers to know what they think of our content, whether it's useful to them, and what we could do to make it more useful.
Oh, wow. So Stacy, if there is a customer that feels they just need something different than what you're putting out, or they have a comment on something, or they want to tell you that it's wonderful, how would they get that feedback to you?
Yeah, the best way to reach out to us would be to email us at octraining@onecause.com. So you can always send an email there. Also, while you're within our training portal in OneCause University, there's going to be a section that says ask a question, or maybe it says help. You can just click on that, and that will automatically create an email that goes to octraining@onecause.com. And we're happy to reach out and help anybody.
Oh, I learned something new today. I didn't know we had that email here at OneCause. Did you say octraining@onecause.com?
That's it. Yep.
Wow. Okay. So we have support@onecause.com and octraining@onecause.com.
Yep. Another resource I don't know that we've mentioned yet is that if you would like to, you can purchase an hour of personal training with one of us, just one-on-one training. And so we have a lot of customers, especially DIY customers, that will purchase that. And then it's just whatever you want to learn about for an hour. We will just personalize whatever content you need and talk through it with you. So that's another option too.
Oh, that might be really worth the investment. I mean, some of our customers have a lot riding on one event, and they have to get it right. And, just being able to use, I feel like that's what's the most important thing that's going on right now. Being able to use the software to its fullest capacity and all of the different things that it allows you to do that you might not have been able to easily do before, or not at all. And just being able to get the most out of the software, to me, is like the biggest thing right now. Yesterday, in fact, we did have a webinar where we brought in a couple of our colleagues, Nikki DeFalco and Stephanie Zachary, Steve Lausch, and they each brought forward an example of some fundraising success. And in each of the three examples, they really leveraged our real-time analytics and were able to create donor engagement and, of course, fundraising before, during, and after their event. And it was very clear that all three organizations, which were very different in shape, size, and flavor, they were able to use the full capacity of the software. And that's what ultimately drove success. So I kind of feel like that's some pressure that you guys have right now, helping our customers get the most out of their software. Would you agree with that? And how do you help customers do that? Whoever wants to take that first.
Yeah, I can take that one first. I would definitely 100% agree with that. That's definitely what we want to do here. Like we want to, not just teach people how to use the software, but help them get the most of it. Just because, they're investing a lot of time and money into using the software. So, we want them to get the most out of their investment with us. So, so that's definitely a big priority for us. And you mentioned that you did the webinar yesterday about some of the success stories that were shared. And one of the things we found is that customers who do go through the different training content we offer, they are consistently more satisfied after their events are over, and they raise a lot more money than those customers who do not go through the training.
Any
we found
stats there to share? Any statistics to share on that?
Yep. So we found that customers who partake in training, their average NPS or Net Promoter Score is about 14 times higher than those who don't. And customers who take training raise an average of $15,000 more per event than those who don't take training.
Wait, hold up. 15,000 more?
Per event.
Per event. Oh my gosh. And the training is free. OneCause University is free.
Yeah.
And the knowledge base is free.
All of our customers have access. Basically, all the resources we've been talking about today. You have the university, the help center, contact our support team. Those are all available to all of our customers, no matter what package they've purchased. Yeah,
well, heck, I would participate if I could have the chance to raise $15,000 more per event. Oh, that's crazy. Good stuff. I'm learning, I think, a little bit here, which I think I should have known, but now I'm super excited that we're putting this podcast together. Stacy, I want to dial back to something that you said, because you spoke about DIY. And so I want to maybe just flesh out what exactly that means. You know, you're saying that if a DIY customer takes advantage, it's very helpful, but even I guess, full support customer, what are the differences in that service package, and how does OneCause University complement that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot of different options for everybody's different price ranges and needs and things like that. And one of the basic options is DIY, which means you get access to the software. You also get access to the help articles and the OneCause University, like we were talking about. But you don't have any of the additional services that OneCause also offers. So if that's something that you feel like you might want to look into, we also have consulting services, and then we have on-site support. Those are our event managers. So Brandon and I are both probably pretty partial to the consulting and the event managers, because that's where we both started out before coming over to customer education. And I always like to say that your consultant especially is like a fundraising secret weapon. These consultants have seen it all. They have heard it all, and they have seen what works well. I feel like our consultants also are the best resource for keeping their finger on the pulse of what's trending and what's really working at the time. And then most of them also regularly work on site too. So not only do they help to plan events for about the 3 to 4 months leading up to your event, just focusing with you on your event with 3 calls leading up to it, but also they go on site all the time. So they are seeing these plans being executed. And like I said, really getting to see what's being really successful and being able to take that knowledge to their next client. So,
yeah. And I think it's important to point out here that we do have on-site day of event support, and it is not, we're not tapping into a third party hire or a temp center or anything that's not, where we're sending somebody that's not really knowledgeable and trained in everything OneCause, right? These are not just, wow, pulling somebody off the street. Hey, you're a body, go help out that, Taste of Italy event over here, right? These are our people that are certified, right?
Yep,
certified.
exactly.
They're certified, they're trained, they're very adept in not just event execute, not just the software, but also event execution, fundraising, and being prepared for anything that could happen in a live show. So we should really pause and talk about that just a little. That's who we're sending to events. Isn't that right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. They really know what they're talking about. And I mean, I'm serious. They have seen it all. They've seen it all and done it all. And that kind of, boots on the ground experience is just, I feel like there's nothing more valuable than that.
I agree. And I really love the fact that the two of you came from the journey that you did, starting as an event manager to consultant to customer education. I know myself, back in the day, back in 2010, OneCause was a smaller organization, right? Today we're about 300 strong, but back then we were a smaller organization, and we had to wear many hats at times. And I've been at plenty of events helping with the execution, because I knew the software, I knew fundraising, I knew our customers, I knew their event. So who better to go, right?
Exactly.
But it strengthened me for sure when I would spend a weekend at different events, traveling all over, it was exhausting, but rewarding to see the success, but also helped me that Monday morning when I was talking to that next fundraiser. So I think it's very interesting that you both came from the same background and that our people that are serving customers have empathy, right? There's empathy. And would you agree to that and comment on your empathy? Stacy, how you feel about that?
Oh, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's fundraising can be stressful, so especially, when we were consulting, that week leading up or the 2 weeks leading up to event day, it's the main goal of the consultants is just to help them make sure that they've wrapped up all of those loose ends, to remind them of things that maybe they weren't thinking about, and just to try to help streamline those last couple of weeks as best as they can. That's really the goal for that, is to really just take as much stress off as possible and just be an extra set of eyes for them, on their site with their plan in place, and just making sure that they're not forgetting anything. I think it's really helpful.
So Brandon, how do you stay cool at an event? Do you remember your event management days? I mean, it's live. Anything could happen, right? The auctioneer can trip and unplug his mic, or, somebody can get sick, or, the fundraiser is completely off their run of show. And just, oh my gosh, so much can happen and does happen. How do you stay cool and keep it on track?
Yeah, you definitely bring up a good point. Like it's live entertainment, so literally anything can happen. But at the end of the day, just remember that we're here to raise money for a good cause, and sometimes things may things may go wrong. Maybe someone goes off script, or you got a technical difficulty or something, or whatever else unexpected might happen. But at the end of the day, as long as you're just staying laser focused on that goal of just helping the event raise as much money as possible, and like a lot of times, like the guests aren't even going to know there's a problem. Like if you keep your cool and you just kind of power through any difficulties you have, people are not even going to assume anything's wrong. They're still going to think it was a really well polished and great event.
Yeah, I remember. I'm glad that you're channeling your inner event manager, but I do get to see every once in a while some of the post-event surveys, and I do recall for sure, Brandon was great. Brandon was Brandon. I must not have gotten the ones where the surveys were on you, Stacy, so I apologize. But I have to call Brandon out because
for sure.
I do remember getting a lot of the, Brandon fan base and the Brandon love, and seeing that in some of the replies. So
I've heard those before too, though.
Yeah. Well, I want to kind of just summarize some of the things before we, jump into something new, because I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed. And we talked about a lot of things. So keep me honest here, and let's see if I've gotten this right. So you can purchase our software. There are options for additional services, but they're not mandatory. That's called DIY. With that, you automatically get free access to support, free access to training. You get OneCause University, and you get your knowledge base, even if you're at the DIY. And there's nothing wrong with being a DIY, but that's all inclusive. Let me stop there. Did I get that part right?
You got it.
Yep. And also don't forget that access to the support team, either phone, email, or online chat, that's also available to all customers, no matter what package they have.
Okay. So then from there, if you want a little bit additional training, you can go to the education team and get one-on-one training if you just don't have time, want more resources, or if you find that video and infographics and webinar, all those things are just not the way you learn, and you want to be one-on-one with somebody, they can purchase an hour of one-on-one direct education. Is that right?
Yep. If they're interested in that, they would just reach out to their customer success manager.
Okay. So that's one option. Then there's a different level than DIY. There's two options there where you can get a consultant and or event day, a physical body with you in the room. And that's like the next level. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay. And do you have to get one with the other? Like if you get the consultant, do you automatically get the event day support, or is that a package deal, or no, you can get one or the other?
Yeah, so the options are you can get a consultant only. Like if you want the pre-event support, but are comfortable running everything on event day by yourself, you can just get a consultant. But if you want like I just say like the full service, like the white glove treatment from start to finish, you can get both a consultant and an event day event manager.
Well, that makes sense because if we're going to send an event manager in the field, we want to set that up for success. And as we mentioned, we're not using a third-party agency or a third-party hire where we're just sending in a body. We're really sending in a fundraising expert. They kind of need to be prepped properly. And so the consultant goes along with that. Is that thought process where that pack? Got it.
Yep, that's exactly correct.
All right. Now that we laid that out, it's not so scary, right? When we kind of summarize it all together. So thanks for taking me through that exercise. But now I want to talk about a brand new customer. I'm a new customer. I did my due diligence. I decided on the OneCause fundraising platform or one of our other solutions, and it's day one. Stacy, let's start with you. What do you do day one? What would you recommend should be their path to getting up to speed? What's your advice?
I would always suggest starting with OneCause University. So I would start with those pre-put together learning paths that we have. So you can just get started. There's an intro course. So introduction to whichever platform that you ended up with, you can take that introduction course, and then we have it really nicely laid out for which courses logically make sense next. You can skip around though, or if you have somebody on your team that's really in charge of making everything look nice, the design stuff, we've got a course for just that if they just want to take that. So really whatever makes the most sense for you, but I would suggest starting with that introduction course and just working your way through.
Got it. How come the podcast is not in OneCause University? They're so good.
Great question. We need to get on that.
I think we should get on that. Yeah. Excellent idea.
Great,
a really great idea.
And come on.
Dawn, we do have exciting things coming for OneCause University, so everybody will have to stay tuned, and that might be another great addition. I don't think so.
Oh, you can't do that to me, Stacy.
Stay tuned. But we really love that idea, and we're definitely going to pass that along, actually,
Please,
to put the podcast on there.
Great episodes. We're 70 episodes strong. We've had many of our peers, thought leaders, and also customers as well on the show. So it might be valuable, if just a link. So
I've written that down. We're definitely passing that along.
Thank you. All right. So you can't allude to anything that might be coming, even in some general terms? No. All right. I'm going to have you back for a part two.
That's what it is. I'm setting you up to have us.
Okay.
Yeah. We'd love a part two.
Part two. All right. So now I have to ask you the big question. Brandon, maybe we can start with you. How do you create all this stuff? I mean, you said that there's hundreds and thousands and you're doing videos and articles and writing content and preparing content. And oh my gosh, how do you get that all done?
So like I said earlier, it could definitely be a rat race, just keeping up with all the innovations and updates that our team is making. But luckily we have invested in a lot of really great software that we use to host all of our content, create all of it. So it's definitely time consuming, but we've definitely got we've been doing it for long enough that we've got some processes down, and we and we've definitely got a good kind of plan in place, like whether we got to make something new or update something existing. We just we basically we just have a plan in place for getting content out the door once we need to make it.
All right, so Stacy, take me a day in the life of the department. What are you doing all day long? Are you like what? Take me through that. I'm so impressed.
So throughout the day, we have our live trainings scheduled. So Brandon and I share those.
Oh, right.
We have another team member that helps out with the classic mobile bidding ones too. Her name's Laura, and she's amazing. And so we each have our own courses that we are in charge of running live. But then also we are constantly updating the content, and we like to take the recordings of our live trainings and we segment them out into little chunks that are usually less than 3 or 4 minutes each. So if you would like to go back and watch one of the on-demand options, you can just choose one of those little pieces. You don't have to watch the whole thing. So that takes up some time too, of just creating all these little videos. And we also run some workshops and things like that too, that are really hands-on.
It's digestible, 3 to 4 minutes. They're really digestible bits. And I forgot that. So you're actually doing live training. So if somebody wants to log on live, then they have the opportunity to be interactive and get some real-time answers.
Exactly. That's what we say. The benefit of attending live is that you can stop us along the way and ask questions, and we are happy to repeat anything or show you something again slowly, answer any questions that are specific to you, your event. There's really a lot of benefits to that.
So how often does live run? What's the schedule there? Weekly? Is it once a week?
Yeah, we've got trainings that run once a week. So a specific training will happen at a specific time each day. So for example, today we have Event Day Success for OneCause fundraising platform that takes place at 3 p.m. Eastern. So that's an example. It's always on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Pretty robust. Congratulations, guys. This is a great little university you got running here. What do you want customers to know? I'm going to ask you both to answer that. What do you want customers or those that are exploring our solutions and thinking about partnering with OneCause? What do you want them to know outside the software, especially about the education? What do you need them to know?
One of the things that I always like to say is, sometimes people say, I just don't have the time to sit there and take these trainings. And what I always like to say is that investing that time up front usually ends up saving you a lot of time later. So if you just take the time to do the 30 to 40 minutes of this one course, it could potentially save you hours in trying to figure things out, or maybe having to go back and fix data that wasn't in there super clean to begin with, things like that. And it's usually easier to find that time the further away you are from event day, right? And when we're saving that time, that's usually time that's closer to event day that you're saving. And so people are usually pretty happy that they made that investment up front.
Yeah, not to mention $15,000 more per event. So
exactly, that's not. That's
Brandon,
not
I want you to answer that question too. What do you want our customers to know, or prospects that are thinking about using OneCause to know about the customer education?
Yeah, so I 100% agree with everything Stacy said. Definitely, it really is worth the time to make that investment in training up front, to just so that you can raise more money and just again make the most out of your software and use your time efficiently. And also, I think I'd add to that is we do make a very big effort to make our training digestible and bite-sized. Like our training is not sitting on these extremely long webinars all the time. Like we do make it a very good point to you have to break up our trainings into segments, like Stacy said, into smaller webinars, smaller courses, so that when you complete a training, you're not feeling totally overwhelmed and not sure what to do next. Like we do. We do make a pretty big effort to break it up and have you focus on on doing like a small list of things at a time before we move on to the next topic, so that you're able to absorb what not only what we're teaching you, but also you have the bandwidth to practice it. It's in these small bite-sized chunks before we move on to other topics.
Got it. Well, it sounds like it's worth the investment, especially since it's free, right? It's all included. So
Right.
OneCause University, the knowledge base, OC training, support app, it's all free. So what could be better? And it's updated constantly. You guys are very busy, so I know that it's updated constantly. And then the opportunity to increase your impact by $15,000 per event. Well, it's a home run. So congratulations to both of you for what you're doing and keeping up with and helping our customers be really smart fundraisers and making sure that they're using the software to the fullest potential. But it sounds like I'm going to have to invite you guys back for part 2 so I can hear all the secrets that Stacy doesn't want to reveal today. So hopefully you'll join us again. We'd love to have you back.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Dawn. This was so much fun.
Oh, well, I'm afraid that's all we have time for today, but thank you for listening to our audience. We hope you enjoyed today's Raise Nation topic and your daily dose of fundraising inspiration. Tune in for a new episode release every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Thursdays, 12:30, all your new episodes. In the meantime, listen to all the episodes on Raise Nation Radio. Follow the channel that you can so that you can get those notifications about our new guests. And fundraisers, you're really doing amazing things to build better tomorrows for our communities. We love having you on the show too. Your stories are awe-inspiring, and we don't like to miss a single episode when we have the fundraiser's voice. So please join us here. And hopefully you'll see Raise Nation Radio at OneCause University very soon. Hint, hint, Stacy and Brandon. I would like to thank our sponsor, OneCause, for making this episode possible. OneCause is driving the future of fundraising with easy-to-use software solutions that help nonprofits connect with their donors. Be sure to check it out at onecause.com and visit the resource tab on the homepage for a broad catalog of ebooks and blogs and infographics and videos that you'll find very helpful. A huge shout out and thanks to my guests, Stacy Engstrom, Brandon Celentano from OneCause, for sharing their expert and authentic voice about customer education here at OneCause. It's amazing to hear all of the resources that you offer and let our customers enjoy for the bettering of using the software. I enjoyed our conversations, but I have to ask Stacy first, any last words of inspiration?
I always say, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to send us an email. If you're going through all these trainings and you don't have any questions, then I'm more worried that you're not absorbing it. So don't ever hesitate to email us at OC Training if you have questions about the trainings especially, but also our support team. Really lean on them. Don't be afraid to just ask questions when you need to.
As our support channels probably blow up right now as everybody's listening to this.
That's what they're there for, though.
Brandon, anything from you, some last words of inspiration?
Yeah, I would just say that you're not alone. Like, even if you are at the base level DIY package, like there is a huge library of resources to help you out, and there is a team of specialists here at OneCause that are dedicated to help you out at every step along the way.
I love you guys. You're not alone and ask questions. Well, that's just part of the OneCause full service package. And we thank you for you guys do every day to help our customers do what they do every day and building better tomorrows, all of us together. So thank you again so much. Until next time, that's a wrap. I'm Dawn Lego. This is Raise Nation Radio. You stay fearless out there.